Hi everyone. So this is a bit of a late review, but since it only came out this past year, I think it's all okay to do. Anyway, this is a review of John Dolmayan's new project, which is called These Gray Men, which was done by his friend James Hazley on the guitar, and drum, of course, is on the drums. If you don't know who John Dolmayan is, he's the drummer for System of a Down, a band known for its genre-bending style and just interesting, unique music and politically driven lyrics as well. So can't forget that. Serge Tankian and Darren Malakian. And but really, I appreciate that band in a certain way because they made me and perhaps many others aware of the Armenian genocide that happened over 100 years ago, done by the Ottoman Turks, and just I don't know enough about it, but seeing what I know, it's pretty disturbing and a brutal time. So had they not made me aware of that, I don't know if I would have been aware of that. But if you look even more, it wasn't only the Armenians that this happened to; it happened to the Greeks and also the Assyrians. Not Syrians, as in modern day Syria, but Assyrians, who are descendants of the Assyrian Empire. So that was something that I think can be appreciated from this band, whether you listen for their lyrics or just listen for their music. That's something to appreciate from them. But anyway, this album, because System of a Down has not put out new music, they've been touring, but they haven't put out new music for the last 15 years, which of course their fans very much remind them of. But they all seem to not take it too harshly, especially John. He's a pretty mellow person from what I see, and so he was actually trying to put out new music. He did Scars on Broadway with Darren Malakian, the guitarist, but that wasn't enough for him. So this was born out of his trips from Vegas and LA, listening to music there and back, and eventually he started thinking, how could I do these songs? These have really nice melodies. How can I play them differently? How can I arrange these differently? And so that's when it began. He got his childhood friend James Hazley, who's had his own band as well, to play guitar, and they just started going at this and doing some covers, and eventually they put out their first cover, which was Street Spirit from Radiohead, and that was their first one. And the second one was, I believe, Starman, which was originally done by David Bowie. And for that one, it just gives it a really fresh taste, I think, and it's really good. Take a listen to that. There's another song as well. It sounds nothing like the original, which is Eminem's Rock Bottom, and there he does a drum solo. For him, drum solos usually are only done by John Bonham of all people. Uh, he doesn't like doing drum solos, but eventually people have asked him so much that he decided to do a drum solo, and it's really excellent. So check that one out. But really, all the songs on here are excellent. You've got guest vocalists from Serge Tankian, his bandmate and brother-in-law, to Matt Childs of Avenged Sevenfold. You have Tom Morello doing a guitar solo on one of them. And then you have other people who aren't probably not as well known. Um, there's an Armenian gal whose name is Sarusho, I think that's her name. But anyway, she does an excellent job on Benada's Hung Up, which the lyrics are not the same for Hung Up because just have the same one over and over. So he scrapped it. John Dolmayan scrapped that and wrote his own lyrics. So that was pretty great. But the name for this album, These Gray Men, was taken from a talk he had with someone who was a Navy SEAL buddy of his. and he was describing Navy SEALs, that how they're not really supposed to stand out and just kind of hide in the shadows, like they were kind of gray and in the background. And he likened it to drummers, and that stuck with Joe Dolmayan. So he took that and put it as the title of the album. And really, it shows because drummers, you wouldn't expect them to be songwriters, and Dolmayan's not really a songwriter, but uh, he can arrange songs really well, and it just really shows. Uh, drummers will be noticed most of the time when something goes wrong or the bottom kicks out. Bassists too. Bassists don't get a lot of credit, I think. Um, the guitar and vocals are probably the main things, but but yeah, basically the bass and the drums are important, so don't forget that. Anyway, for me, this was really nice because I heard about this album back in 2014 or 2017, uh, when I saw the GoFundMe page, which started in 2014. So this has been a really long time coming. And so I was just kind of waiting, and then he puts out Street Spirit all of a sudden. So I was really excited, and then releases the album, I think, a few weeks later. And for me, John Dolmayan is my favorite drummer, and I kind of just listened to his drumming all the time and took a lot from him. So this was really nice to hear and see him shine in this, well, not only on the kit, but for his artistic imagination as well. So hope you guys enjoy it. Take a listen to it. You guys should. Thank you.